Uncover the secret to manifesting anything by simply asking the right way. This audiobook guides you to align with the universe and receive what you truly want. Ask and manifest. Introduction. In this book lies a truth so powerful that for millennia it remained veiled from those who were not ready to receive it. This wisdom, passed down through generations of enlightened souls, reveals the fundamental force that shapes all of existence, the sacred dialogue between you and the universe. You stand now at the threshold of understanding, preparing to step through a doorway that will forever transform your perception of reality. The knowledge contained here has been guarded not by locks and keys, but by humanity's own resistance to its magnificent simplicity. For in this simplicity lies its extraordinary power. The universe, in its infinite wisdom, has always responded to every thought, every desire, and every intention you have ever held. Yet until now, this conversation has been largely one-sided, with the universe answering calls you may not have known you were making. The time has come to awaken to this eternal dialogue and learn to speak with purpose and clarity. This is not merely another collection of spiritual teachings. These words carry the resonance of ancient truth, awakening something that has always existed within you. As you turn these pages, you will recognize this wisdom as if remembering something long forgotten, a knowledge that your soul has always possessed. The path before you requires no special gifts, no complex rituals, no lifetime of study. It asks only for your willingness to open your mind to possibilities beyond what you have been taught to believe. The universe's abundance flows not through the filters of human limitation, but through the pure channel of aligned intention. You have been drawn to these teachings because you are ready to receive them. The very fact that these words now rest before your eyes is testament to the universe's response to your inner calling. Let go of what you think you know about the nature of reality, for you are about to step into a realm where thought creates form and intention shapes destiny. Part 1. Awakening the Ancient Art of Asking. Chapter 1. Unlocking the Sacred Question. In the heart of an ancient mountain pass, where wisdom seemed to float upon the mist itself, there lived a sage known for answering all questions with silence. A young traveler, weary from searching for life's meaning, climbed the winding path to seek the sage's counsel. "Master," the traveler called out, "I have brought gold for your wisdom." The sage remained still as stone. "Master, tell me how to gain fortune and fame." Again, silence filled the air. Frustrated, the traveler sat in quiet contemplation. As the sun traced its path across the sky, something stirred within his heart. "Master," he whispered at last, "teach me to ask the questions that will open my understanding." At these words, the sage's eyes sparkled with recognition. "At last," he spoke, "you have asked the question that holds the key to all answers. The universe responds not merely to your desires, but to the depth and intention behind your asking. When you approach the infinite with shallow questions, you receive shallow answers. But when you ask with the full presence of your being, the universe opens pathways previously invisible to your eyes. The art of asking transcends mere words. It emanates from the very essence of your soul's yearning. Each question you pose to the universe carries the vibration of your true intention. Ask from fear, and fear's shadow will color the answer. Ask from love, and love's light will illuminate the path before you. Consider this truth: in the realm of spirit there are no unanswered questions, only questions that have not yet been properly asked. The universe's wisdom flows naturally toward those who learn to align their asking with its divine nature. In a distant kingdom, there lived a king who possessed everything except contentment. He demanded of the universe, "Give me more wealth than any ruler has ever known." His treasury swelled, yet his heart remained empty. In the same kingdom dwelt a simple villager who asked each morning, "Universe, grant me the wisdom to understand what I truly need." Though his cottage remained humble, his heart grew rich with understanding. People traveled from far and wide to sit in his presence, drawn by the light of his inner wealth. The king, hearing of the villager's reputation, visited him in disguise. "How is it," the king asked, "that you have gained so much while asking for so little?" The villager smiled. "I asked not for possessions, but for understanding. In granting this, the universe has given me everything." This tale speaks to the essence of your own journey. When you seek only material gain, you may receive it, yet find yourself still searching. But when you ask for understanding, for growth, for alignment with universal truth, you receive gifts that transform not just your circumstances, but your very being. The moment has arrived to explore a meaningful exercise. Find a quiet moment as the day draws to a close. Light a candle if you wish, creating a space of sacred intention. Take 3 deep breaths, allowing each exhale to carry away the questions that arise from fear or lack. And now place your hand upon your heart and ask yourself, what does my soul truly seek to understand? Let the question form naturally, rising from your deepest self. When you feel the question that makes your heart quicken with recognition, write it down with reverence. This is your true ask of the universe. Chapter 2. The Hidden Laws of the Universe. In a time beyond memory, when the veil between worlds was thinner than morning mist, a seeker walked the ancient paths between shadow and light. Each night, this seeker studied the stars, sensing there were patterns and laws that governed their dance across the heavens. One evening, as the moon cast silver threads across the landscape, a figure emerged from the darkness, neither young nor old, neither here nor there. "You search the stars for their secrets," the figure spoke, voice like wind through autumn leaves. "Yet the same laws that guide their paths guide your own." The seeker's heart quickened. "What laws are these?" "Look," the figure gestured to the night sky. "As above, so below. The stars move in perfect harmony, each influencing the other, just as your thoughts influence the fabric of your reality. The invisible laws that shape existence flow through all things, from the grandest galaxy to the smallest grain of sand. These laws respond not to what you wish, but to who you are and how you ask. The law of attraction draws to you that which matches your inner state. The law of cause and effect ensures that every action creates an equal reaction in the universe. The law of vibration reveals that everything, including your thoughts and desires, exists in constant motion, sending ripples through the cosmic web. When you align your asking with these universal principles, you speak the very language of creation. Your desires become not mere wishes cast into the void, but seeds planted in fertile cosmic soil. In the rolling hills of a distant land, there lived a shepherd who noticed that his flock thrived most when he moved them in harmony with nature's rhythms. Instead of fighting against the seasons, he learned to flow with them. He asked not for what he wanted, but for understanding of what was already in motion. As seasons passed, his flock multiplied beyond measure. Other shepherds, seeing his success, demanded his secrets. "I have none," he would say. "I simply learned to dance with the wind rather than command it to change direction." The shepherd's tale mirrors your own potential. When you recognize that universal laws are not barriers but bridges, your asking transforms from desperate pleading to harmonious co-creation. Like the shepherd, you need not force your will upon the universe. Instead, align your desires with its natural flow. Turn your focus now to this powerful exercise I'm sharing with you. Take a moment now to sit in stillness. Close your eyes and envision the perfect order of the cosmos, from spinning galaxies to the beating of your own heart. Feel the presence of these eternal laws that govern all creation. On a piece of paper, write down the universal law that speaks most deeply to your soul in this moment. Perhaps it is the law of attraction, or cause and effect, or another you sense intuitively. Beneath it, describe how this law might transform the way you ask the universe for what you seek. Chapter 3. The Sacred Art of Desire. In the ancient mountains where wisdom whispers through ageless pines, there lived a hermit who sought understanding beyond the surface of things. Each dawn, he would make his way to a crystal-clear lake, its surface like polished glass reflecting not just images but truths. For years the hermit carried countless desires, for knowledge, for peace, for enlightenment. Yet as he gazed into those still waters one morning, something shifted. The lake, in its perfect stillness, began to mirror not just his face but the very depths of his soul. In that moment of clarity, all his superficial wants fell away like autumn leaves, revealing a single, pure desire that had always dwelled in his heart, to serve as a bridge between heaven and earth, helping others find their path to truth. When you ask the universe, the power lies not in the multitude of your desires, but in their purity. Like a crystal focusing light into a single beam, your asking becomes potent when it emerges from authentic truth, rather than the clamoring of the ego. The universe responds to the resonance of genuine desire, those wishes that spring from the wellspring of your essential nature. These are not the wants shaped by society's expectations or fears, but the deep calling that echoes in the chambers of your heart. In a distant valley, a young healer apprenticed under a wise medicine woman. Each day she gathered herbs and learned the ancient arts of healing, yet her mind wandered to dreams of fame and recognition. "I want to be known as the greatest healer in all the lands," she told her teacher one evening. The old woman smiled and led her student to a bed of dying flowers. "Place your hands upon them and tell me what you feel." The young healer did as instructed, and suddenly felt the flowers struggle for life. Without thinking, she channeled her energy into their roots, forgetting all about recognition or fame. The flowers slowly lifted their heads toward the sky, their colors deepening. "Now you understand," the teacher said softly. "Your true desire is not fame, it is to heal." When you aligned with that pure intention, even the flowers responded to your touch. Like the young healer, you may carry many desires, but beneath them lies a singular truth, a pure intention that aligns with your soul's purpose. When you ask from this place of authenticity, the universe recognizes its own light within your desire. Now it's time for me to share this sacred practice with you. Find a quiet space where you can be undisturbed. Close your eyes and breathe deeply, allowing each breath to carry you further from surface wants and closer to your core truth. Imagine yourself standing before a still, clear lake. Watch as the waters begin to dissolve every desire born of fear, comparison, or external pressure. Stay present as the waters become absolutely still, revealing the one pure desire that remains, the asking that comes from your truest self. When this desire emerges with crystal clarity, hold it gently in your consciousness. Write it down using a single sentence, expressing the pure intention you wish to share with the universe. Chapter 4. Cleansing the Mental Gateway. In the high mountains of an ancient land, a monk spent his days in a small temple, surrounded by scrolls, artifacts, and the countless treasures he had collected in his spiritual journey. Though he meditated faithfully, his mind remained as cluttered as his dwelling, filled with theories, philosophies, and the endless chatter of accumulated knowledge. Night after night he struggled to find the enlightenment he sought, until one evening a great storm swept through the mountains. The wind tore through his temple, scattering his precious collections far and wide. At first he frantically tried to gather his belongings, but as exhaustion overtook him, he surrendered to the storm's cleansing force. When dawn broke, he sat in his empty temple and, for the first time, experienced true clarity. In the absence of his treasured distractions, wisdom finally found its way into his heart. You must understand that the mind, like that temple, often becomes crowded with thoughts, beliefs, and mental clutter that obscure your connection to universal truth. When you ask the universe, your intention must emerge from a place of pristine clarity, unmarred by doubt, fear, or the endless chatter of the mind. Just as a mirror must be clean to reflect light perfectly, your mind must be clear to reflect your purest intentions to the universe. This clarity comes not from gathering more knowledge, but from releasing what clouds your inner vision. In the vast expanse of an ancient desert, a nomad wandered for 40 days, searching for a sacred oasis spoken of in legends. His mind raced with maps, directions, and strategies, yet the oasis remained elusive. Exhausted and thirsty, he finally collapsed beneath a starlit sky. In the profound silence of the desert night, as his thoughts gradually stilled, he began to hear something new, not with his ears, but with his heart. It was the subtle pulse of water flowing deep beneath the sands. Following this silent guidance, he discovered the hidden oasis at dawn. Like the nomad, you too possess the ability to hear the universe's guidance. But this wisdom speaks in whispers that can only be heard when the mind grows still. In silence, the path becomes clear, and your asking gains the power of pure intention. Now, a sacred technique awaits your discovery, one that has been passed down through countless generations of mystic seekers. Sit in a quiet space where you will remain undisturbed. Allow your spine to grow tall, yet remain relaxed. Begin by observing your breath, its natural rhythm, its gentle flow. With each exhale, release a thought that clouds your mind. With each inhale, welcome the spaciousness of clarity. Continue this practice for several minutes, allowing your mind to become as clear as a mountain lake at dawn. From this place of clarity, let your most important ask arise naturally, unforced and uncluttered by doubt or excessive thinking. Chapter 5. The Language of the Universe. In a time beyond memory, a mystic dwelled in a grove where ancient trees whispered secrets of creation. Each night he would gaze at the celestial dance above, learning the silent language written in starlight. Through patient observation, he discovered that the universe spoke not in words, but in the subtle language of light, shadow, and vibration. As you journey deeper into the mysteries of asking, you must understand that the universe responds not to words alone, but to the sacred language of energy. This divine communication flows through the medium of emotion, resonating with the very fabric of creation. When you learn to speak in this primordial tongue, your desires become one with the cosmic dance of manifestation. The universe understands the language of your heart, the quiet joy that wells up within, the deep peace that settles in your soul, the electric anticipation of possibility. These feelings are the true alphabet of creation, forming the bridge between your consciousness and universal intelligence. Your emotions create ripples in the cosmic ocean, sending messages far more potent than any spoken word. When you align your feelings with your intentions, you speak directly to the heart of creation. This emotional resonance becomes the catalyst that transforms mere wishes into manifest reality. In the mountains of the East, there lived an elder known for his ability to bring rain to parched lands. He never spoke his requests aloud, but would instead begin a slow, rhythmic movement that built into an ecstatic dance. As his body swayed and turned, his entire being became filled with the feeling of life-giving rain. His joy and gratitude flowed through every gesture, every breath, until the very air hummed with his intention. Within hours, clouds would gather and rain would fall, responding to his wordless call. The elder's dance reveals a fundamental truth. When you fully embody the feeling of your desire, the universe mirrors your inner state in the outer world. His success lay not in the specific movements, but in his complete emotional alignment with his intention. To speak the language of the universe, you must now learn to translate your desires into pure feeling. Find a quiet space and close your eyes. Bring to mind the ask that lies closest to your heart. Rather than focusing on the words or mental picture, allow yourself to feel the emotion of already having received what you seek. Let this feeling fill every cell of your body. Notice how this emotion moves through you, perhaps as warmth in your chest, lightness in your shoulders, or a smile that comes unbidden to your lips. Stay with this feeling, allowing it to grow stronger and clearer. This is your true voice speaking to the universe, a communication more powerful than any words could express. Chapter 6. Letting Go of Fear and Doubt. In the shadows of an ancient forest where towering trees held secrets as old as time itself, a warrior sought the wisdom of asking. Having conquered many external battles, he now faced his greatest challenge, the shadows within. Through the mists of dawn, he encountered a sage whose eyes sparkled with the light of understanding. The warrior spoke of his victories in battle, yet confessed that when asking the universe for his heart's desires, his voice trembled with doubt. The sage smiled, gathering dried leaves in his palm. "Watch," he whispered, releasing them into the breeze. Some leaves soared freely, while others, caught in cobwebs of fear, fell straight to earth. You must understand that fear and doubt are not merely emotions. They are forces that create barriers between your asks and their manifestation. Like invisible walls, they block the natural flow of universal energy. When you ask with fear, you send mixed signals to the cosmos, creating interference in the pure stream of manifestation. The universe responds to clarity and conviction. When doubt clouds your asking, it's as though you're planting seeds while simultaneously believing the soil is barren. Your fears become self-fulfilling prophecies, creating the very resistance you dread. In a village by the sea, a young woman dreamed of healing others through ancient arts. Yet each time she attempted to ask the universe for guidance, her voice would falter, choked by memories of past failures and others' judgments. Each night she would walk along the shore, watching waves crash against rocks, until one evening she noticed how the water, despite meeting resistance, never doubted its path. Standing at the water's edge, she realized that the ocean didn't question its right to flow, nor did it fear the rocks in its path. In that moment, she released her grip on doubt, allowing her ask to flow as naturally as the tide. Soon after, teachers appeared in unexpected forms, and her healing gifts began to blossom. This tale speaks to the power of releasing resistance. The young woman's transformation came not from forcing her fears away, but from allowing them to dissolve naturally, like mist in morning light. When you release the need to control outcomes or protect yourself from disappointment, your asks gain the freedom to manifest fully. Now find a quiet space where you can be undisturbed. Close your eyes and bring awareness to your breath. Imagine a gentle light beginning to glow within your heart, growing stronger with each breath. As this light expands, allow it to touch any fears or doubts you hold about asking. Watch as these shadows naturally dissolve in the presence of this light, like darkness giving way to dawn. Chapter 7. Awakening to Faith. In a coastal village where the waves whispered ancient secrets, there lived a fisherman whose net seemed blessed by invisible hands. Each dawn, while others anxiously checked weather signs and debated the best spots, he would simply smile, cast his net, and wait with serene certainty. Even on days when dark clouds loomed and other boats remained anchored, his faith never wavered. "The sea provides," he would say, "just as surely as the sun rises." And provide it did, his net would fill, while others returned with meager catches. The villagers whispered that he knew magic, but his only secret was an unshakable trust in the abundance that surrounded him. Your relationship with the universe mirrors this profound truth. When you ask with absolute faith, you align with the natural flow of abundance that perpetually surrounds you. Doubt creates resistance, but belief opens channels through which blessings flow freely. This unwavering faith isn't blind optimism. It's a deep knowing that the universe operates through perfect laws of manifestation. Like the fisherman who never questioned the sea's abundance, you must cultivate complete trust in the universe's response to your asks. This faith becomes the foundation upon which manifestation builds itself. When you ask with certainty, you create a clear channel for universal forces to work through. In a mountain monastery, an elder lived whose quiet confidence drew remarkable occurrences into his life. He never worried about tomorrow's meals, yet his table was always full. He never fretted about winter's approach, yet warm blankets would appear when needed. Visitors would marvel at how fortune seemed to favor him. "I simply trust," he would explain, "that what I need already exists in the universe's vast storehouse. My faith is the key that unlocks these gifts." His life became a testament to the power of unwavering belief, showing that when trust is complete, the universe responds in kind. The elder's story reveals that faith isn't something you do, it's something you become. His confidence wasn't based on past experiences or logical calculations, but on an unshakable knowing that the universe always answers sincere asks. This same power lies dormant within you, waiting to be awakened through trust. Now, sit in peaceful solitude and choose an affirmation that resonates with your soul's deepest trust. Perhaps, "I am one with the universe's infinite abundance," or "My faith opens the door to all possibilities." Repeat this affirmation slowly, allowing each word to sink into your being. Feel the truth of these words taking root in your heart, strengthening your connection to the universe's endless response. Chapter 8. Asking with a Pure Heart. In the heart of an ancient kingdom, a pilgrim wandered the dusty roads between villages, carrying nothing but a small clay bowl. While others sought gold and glory, this traveler's only desire was to bring water to the thirsty souls he met along his path. Each morning, he would ask the universe not for his own comfort, but for the strength to serve others. As he walked, a divine presence noticed his pure intentions. Where his feet touched the earth, springs of crystal-clear water began to emerge, blessing not just those he directly served, but countless generations to come. His simple ask, born of love rather than personal gain, multiplied beyond measure. You stand now at the threshold of a profound truth. The universe responds most powerfully to asks that emerge from love's pure wellspring. When your heart beats in harmony with universal goodwill, your requests carry the force of divine intention. This alignment creates a resonance that amplifies manifestation far beyond personal benefit. Like ripples expanding across still waters, asks made with pure intention touch countless lives. The universe recognizes and responds to this selfless vibration, for it mirrors its own nature of unconditional giving. Your power to manifest multiplies exponentially when you ask not just for yourself, but for the highest good of all. In a remote mountain village lived a sage whose wishes seemed to carry special power. Instead of asking for personal comfort, he would ask the universe to bless his community. Soon the village's crops grew more abundant than ever before. Springs of pure water emerged, and harmony prevailed among the people. Even travelers passing through felt the tangible presence of prosperity. Yet the sage never claimed credit for these blessings. "I simply aligned my heart with the universe's desire to give," he would say. "When we ask with pure love, we become channels for universal abundance to flow through." The sage's story reveals that when you release personal agenda and ask from a place of pure love, you tap into the universe's own current of giving. His village prospered not because he asked for prosperity, but because his pure intention allowed universal abundance to flow unimpeded. Now find a quiet space where you can connect with your heart's purest intentions. Close your eyes and breathe deeply, allowing your awareness to expand beyond personal desires. Feel your connection to all life, to every heart that beats in harmony with yours. From this space of expanded awareness, form an intention that serves not just your highest good, but the highest good of all. Let this intention arise naturally from love's limitless well and offer it to the universe as a gift of pure asking. Part 2. Practicing Forbidden Rituals of Manifestation. Chapter 9. The Right Moment to Ask. In a distant valley where mountains touched the clouds lived a farmer renowned for his bountiful harvests. While others rushed to plant their seeds at the first sign of spring, he would sit quietly in his fields, listening to the whispers of the wind and feeling the pulse of the earth beneath his feet. Many questioned his methods, urging him to plant alongside them. Yet he remained steadfast, saying only, "The earth speaks when she is ready." When others' crops struggled in late frosts or withered in unexpected heat, his fields thrived, for he had learned to dance with nature's own rhythm. The universe operates on divine timing, a sacred choreography of moments that flow like a celestial river. Just as every flower blooms in its season, every ask carries its perfect moment of manifestation. This wisdom teaches that effective asking requires attunement to the natural cycles that govern all creation. You possess an innate ability to sense these cosmic rhythms. Within you lies a compass that can guide you to the precise moments when your asks will find fertile ground. The universe's timing may not match your eagerness, yet its wisdom far exceeds human understanding. By the ocean's edge lived a fisherman who had mastered the art of patience. While others cast their nets at all hours, he studied the dance of waves and the patterns of tides. Some days he would sit in meditation by the shore, his net untouched beside him. Other fishermen mocked his empty boat, but he knew a truth they had yet to learn. The sea gives her bounty when she chooses, he would say, not when we demand it. On the days he did cast his net, it would come back so full that his small boat could barely hold the catch. The fisherman's wisdom mirrors a universal truth. When you align your asks with divine timing, abundance flows with effortless grace. His success came not from constant asking, but from learning to recognize the moments when the universe was ready to give. Find a peaceful space and close your eyes. Let your breath become slow and steady, like gentle waves upon the shore. Feel the rhythms of your own being, your heartbeat, your breath, the subtle energies flowing through you. These personal rhythms connect you to the greater cycles of the universe. As you sit in stillness, notice the subtle promptings within. Before making your next ask, wait for an inner knowing, a quiet certainty that the moment is right. This is your spirit's recognition of divine timing, a gift that grows stronger with practice and patience. Chapter 10. Visualizing your ask. In a sunlit studio at the edge of an ancient city, a young artist named Marcus spent his days painting scenes that emerged from his dreams. Each morning, he would wake before dawn, his mind filled with vivid images that demanded expression. With gentle brushstrokes, he captured these visions on canvas, scenes of prosperity, joy, and achievement that felt more real with every color he added. As weeks passed, Marcus noticed something extraordinary. The scenes he painted began manifesting in his daily life. A golden archway he had depicted led him to discover an actual passage to success. The peaceful garden he illustrated became the very place where he would later find inspiration for his masterpiece. The power of visualization transcends mere imagination. It serves as a bridge between your innermost desires and their physical manifestation. When you hold a clear image in your mind, infusing it with emotion and belief, you speak directly to the creative force of the universe. This ancient wisdom teaches that your mind's eye acts as a lens through which you project your desires into the fabric of reality. By seeing your asks with crystal clarity, feeling them as if they already exist, you align your energy with their manifestation. The universe responds not just to your words, but to the vivid pictures you paint in your consciousness. High in the mountains lived a traveler named Seth, who dreamed of reaching the highest peak in the land. While others spoke of the impossible climb, Seth spent hours each day sitting quietly, eyes closed, visualizing himself standing triumphantly at the summit. In his mind, he felt the crisp air, saw the clouds below his feet, and experienced the exhilaration of achievement. Many said the mountain was unconquerable, that no one had ever reached its peak. Yet Seth continued his daily practice of visualization, each session strengthening his resolve. When the time came for his ascent, he moved with the confidence of one who had already completed the journey countless times in his mind. Against all expectations, Seth reached the summit, later revealing that every step felt familiar, as if he were simply walking a path he had already traveled in his visions. Seth's journey reveals the transformative power of visualization. By repeatedly seeing and feeling his success before it materialized, he created a template that reality could follow. His story teaches that when you can see your desire with unwavering clarity in your mind's eye, you have already begun to manifest it in the physical world. Close your eyes now and enter the sacred space of visualization. Allow your breath to become slow and steady. Picture your deepest ask as if it has already manifested. See the colors, hear the sounds, feel the textures of your desired reality. Let this vision fill your entire being with its presence. Experience the joy, gratitude, and fulfillment that come with its achievement. Hold this image with the knowledge that what you see within has the power to shape what manifests without. Chapter 11. Embracing Shadows on the Path. In the depths of an ancient forest where shadows danced between ancient trees, a warrior named Akira sought the path to inner strength. As dusk approached, the forest grew thick with mist, and in this ethereal setting Akira encountered something unexpected. His own shadow, given form by the mystical energies of the woods. This shadow self embodied every doubt, fear, and hesitation that had ever held him back. Rather than draw his sword, Akira sat in stillness, watching as his shadow self moved and shifted before him. In that moment of acceptance rather than battle, he discovered a profound truth. His fears were not enemies to be vanquished, but parts of himself waiting to be understood. You too carry shadows within your heart, those whispers of doubt that emerge when you prepare to ask the universe for your deepest desires. These shadows are not obstacles to be eliminated, but teachers offering wisdom through their very presence. Each fear you face becomes a stepping stone towards stronger, clearer asking. When you acknowledge your doubts, they lose their power to obstruct. By bringing them into the light of awareness, you transform them from barriers into bridges. Your shadows hold the seeds of your greatest strength, waiting to be understood and integrated. In a village touched by morning mist, there lived a healer named Maya, who doubted her abilities to cure those who sought her aid. Each time she prepared to channel healing energy, anxiety would rise within her like a tide. Rather than push these feelings away, she learned to sit with them, understanding their source. Through this practice, Maya discovered that her anxieties arose from a deep desire to serve others perfectly. As she embraced this truth, her fears began to transform. The very doubts that once paralyzed her became indicators of where she needed to grow. With each acceptance of her shadows, her healing powers grew stronger, more focused, more pure. Maya's journey mirrors your own path of asking. When you embrace the parts of yourself that doubt, fear, or hesitate, you create space for a more authentic connection with the universe. Your shadows, once acknowledged, become allies in your journey of manifestation. Now take your journal and find a quiet space where you can reflect without interruption. Write about one fear that has held you back from asking boldly for what you desire. Describe this fear in detail, how it feels in your body, the thoughts it triggers, the ways it has influenced your choices. Then, write about how this fear might actually be protecting you or trying to teach you something valuable. Finally, compose a letter to this fear, acknowledging its presence and expressing your willingness to learn from it as you move forward with your asks. This practice opens the door to deeper self-understanding and more powerful manifestation. Chapter 12. The Gift of Gratitude. In the heart of a mountain village there lived an elder whose joy radiated like sunlight through morning mist. Though his possessions were few, his spirit overflowed with abundance. Each dawn he would stand at his doorway and bow to the rising sun, whispering thanks for the gift of a new day. As seasons passed, villagers noticed something remarkable. The more the elder expressed gratitude, the more his life flourished. His modest garden yielded the sweetest fruits. His relationships deepened with genuine warmth, and an inexplicable peace surrounded his humble dwelling. The universe responds with profound generosity to those who recognize its gifts. When you cultivate gratitude, you align with the natural flow of abundance. Each moment of appreciation creates a vibration that attracts more blessings into your life. Think of gratitude as the key that unlocks the universe's storehouse of abundance. When you express thanks for what you have, you demonstrate trust in the universal flow. This trust opens channels through which new blessings naturally stream into your life. Your appreciation acts as a magnet, drawing more of what you value toward you. By acknowledging the gifts already present in your life, you create an energetic signature that resonates with abundance. The universe mirrors your grateful heart, multiplying your blessings in unexpected ways. A traveler once journeyed through a harsh desert, carrying only what she could fit in a small pack. Rather than lamenting her circumstances, she gave thanks for each sip of water, every cool breeze, and the shade of occasional rocks. As she traveled, expressing gratitude for these simple mercies, remarkable events began to unfold. Oases appeared just as her water ran low. Friendly caravans crossed her path, offering shelter and sustenance. What began as a challenging journey transformed into an adventure filled with unexpected fortune. The traveler's heart of gratitude had tuned her to the frequency of abundance, allowing her to receive the universe's gifts. This tale reveals a timeless truth. Gratitude prepares your heart to receive. Like the desert traveler, when you choose to appreciate life's simple gifts, you create space for greater abundance to flow. Your thankful heart becomes a vessel ready to receive the universe's boundless generosity. Take your journal now and create a gratitude list. Write down everything that brings light to your life, from the warmth of sunshine to the comfort of your bed, from the love of family to the food on your table. As you write each blessing, pause to feel genuine appreciation in your heart. Let this feeling of thankfulness fill your entire being, knowing that your gratitude creates a direct channel for new blessings to flow into your life. Chapter 13. The Flow of Giving and Receiving. In a bustling marketplace of old, there lived a merchant named Adil, whose fortunes changed through an unexpected discovery. Each morning he would carefully count his coins, holding them close, fearing loss. Yet his wealth remained stagnant, like water in a still pond. One day, witnessing a hungry child outside his shop, Adil felt moved to share his morning meal. To his amazement, before sunset, a wealthy trader purchased his entire stock of spices. This simple act unveiled a profound truth. The universe operates through circulation, not accumulation. The flow of abundance follows eternal laws that govern all creation. When you give freely, you align with the natural rhythm of the universe. Like breath moving in and out, prosperity must flow both ways. Holding tight to what you have creates resistance, while giving opens channels for receiving. Think of your wealth, whether material, emotional, or spiritual, as water in a river. When water flows freely, it remains fresh and life-giving. When it stagnates, it loses its vitality. Similarly, your resources multiply through movement and sharing. This truth manifests in every aspect of existence. Trees release oxygen, receiving carbon dioxide in return. The soil gives nutrients to plants, receiving enrichment from fallen leaves. This cycle of giving and receiving maintains the balance of life itself. In a distant valley lived a healer named Maya, who understood this wisdom deeply. Rather than charging for her services, she offered her gift of healing freely to all who sought her help. Those who could afford it left generous offerings, while those who had nothing received her care just the same. As seasons passed, Maya's garden flourished with herbs brought by grateful patients. Her table never lacked food, carried by those she had helped. Her simple dwelling became a sanctuary of healing, filled with gifts of appreciation. Without seeking wealth, she became the most prosperous soul in the valley, rich in both material comfort and the love of her community. Maya's story reveals that true abundance flows naturally to those who give without attachment. Her generosity aligned her with the universe's endless bounty, creating a continuous cycle of giving and receiving. By releasing expectations, she opened herself to receive in ways far greater than she could have imagined. Now take a moment to reflect on what you can give freely to another. Choose something of value, perhaps your time, skills, or material resources. Share this gift without any expectation of return, simply feeling the joy of giving. Notice how this act of generosity creates space within you to receive the universe's boundless blessings. In this sacred moment of giving, you align yourself with the eternal flow of abundance that has sustained humanity since time immemorial. By releasing attachment to outcomes, you demonstrate trust in the universe's perfect orchestration, and in doing so, you become a vessel through which divine prosperity can flow unimpeded. Remember, the seeds of generosity you plant today will blossom into gardens of abundance tomorrow. Chapter 14. Transforming Silence into Power. In the mountains of antiquity, a monk named Zhen sought understanding through endless study and discussion. Despite his vast knowledge, true wisdom eluded him until he discovered an abandoned temple hidden among mist-shrouded peaks. There he took a vow of silence that would transform his understanding forever. For 40 days, Zhen spoke not a word. As external noise faded, the whispers of the universe emerged like distant bells growing clearer. In this profound stillness, he realized that truth had always been present. He had simply been too busy speaking to hear it. You possess this same capacity to hear the universe's guidance. When you still your mind, you access a deeper wisdom that transcends ordinary thought. This silence is not merely the absence of sound, but a living presence that connects you to the source of all creation. In the quiet spaces between thoughts, the universe speaks most clearly. Your desires and intentions, when held in silence, gain remarkable power. Like a still lake that perfectly reflects the stars above, a quiet mind mirrors the divine wisdom within. Think of silence as the canvas upon which your manifestations take form. Just as an artist requires a blank canvas to create, your intentions need the space of silence to fully form. In stillness, you begin to distinguish between the fleeting voices of ego and the eternal whispers of truth. The universe communicates through subtlety, through gentle nudges, quiet insights, and moments of clarity that arise in stillness. When you cultivate inner quiet, you attune yourself to this divine frequency. In a bustling city lived a musician named Wei who struggled to compose, surrounded by the constant din of urban life. Frustrated by his inability to create, he retreated to a remote bamboo grove. There, in perfect silence, he discovered that music had always lived within him. He had simply been unable to hear it through the noise. As Wei sat in stillness each dawn, melodies began to flow through him like pure mountain streams. The songs that emerged carried a beauty he had never achieved through effort alone. He realized that silence was not empty. It was filled with infinite creative potential. Wei's experience shows that when you embrace silence, you access a wellspring of wisdom and creativity that noise and activity often mask. In stillness, your connection to universal intelligence strengthens, and your ability to manifest becomes more refined and powerful. Now find a quiet space where you will remain undisturbed. Sit comfortably and close your eyes. For the next few minutes, simply observe your breath without trying to change it. Let thoughts pass by like clouds in the sky, neither grasping nor rejecting them. Feel the silence envelop you like a gentle mist, clearing your mind and opening your heart to divine guidance. Practice this simple meditation daily, gradually extending its duration as you become more comfortable with stillness. In these moments of quiet communion, you will discover that the universe has been speaking to you all along, waiting only for you to listen. Chapter 15. Daring to Ask the Infinite. In a valley blessed by morning light, a young student named Li sat at the feet of Master Chen, his eyes downcast as he spoke of his modest dreams. "I wish only for enough to care for my family," Li whispered, believing humility meant limiting his desires. Master Chen lifted Li's chin with gentle fingers and pointed to the vast mountain peaks piercing the clouds above. "Tell me," he said, "do the mountains apologize for reaching toward heaven? Does the eagle feel shame for soaring beyond our sight? The universe knows no bounds. Why should you? You too may find yourself setting artificial limits on your dreams, believing it virtuous to ask for less. Yet the universe operates in infinite abundance, waiting to respond to those who dare to expand their vision. When you align with universal truth, you understand that asking boldly is not greed. It is an acknowledgement of the boundless nature of creation. Just as a flower naturally reaches for the sun, your spirit yearns to expand into its full potential. Many walk through life with their eyes fixed on the ground, asking only for what they believe they deserve. But worthiness is not earned. It is your birthright. The universe responds not to the size of your request, but to the courage and clarity with which you make it. In a distant kingdom lived a humble craftsman named Wei. Each day, he created simple tools for his neighbors, while secretly dreaming of crafting magnificent structures that would shelter and inspire entire communities. For years, he kept this vision locked in his heart, believing such ambitions were beyond his station. One night in a dream, Wei saw his hands building not just houses, but palaces of such beauty they brought tears to those who beheld them. Upon waking, he finally gave voice to his deepest aspirations. Within months, word of his vision spread, and nobles from distant lands sought his expertise. Wei's courage to dream beyond his perceived limits transformed not just his life, but brought prosperity and beauty to countless others. Wei's journey reveals that when you dare to voice your grandest visions, the universe conspires to exceed even your boldest dreams. His story teaches that limiting your ask serves neither you nor those whose lives you might touch through your expanded vision. Now take a moment to sit in silence. Allow yourself to imagine beyond the boundaries of what you believe possible. Write down one audacious dream that makes your heart beat faster, one that seems almost too grand to voice. Feel the excitement and perhaps the fear that arises as you contemplate this expanded vision. Speak this desire aloud to the universe with the same naturalness with which a seed declares its intention to become a mighty tree. Let your words flow forth with quiet certainty, knowing that just as the acorn contains within it the blueprint of the oak, your vision carries the essence of its own fulfillment. Trust that the universe's capacity to fulfill your ask far exceeds your ability to dream it. For you glimpse but a fraction of the infinite possibilities that exist within the cosmic order, an order that stands ready to orchestrate circumstances beyond your current comprehension. Chapter 16. Trusting the Universe's Process. In the ancient port of Azure Bay, there lived a sailor named Kai who understood the language of wind and wave. While other vessels fought against the currents, Kai's ship danced with them, flowing like a leaf on the water's surface. When storms arose, he did not rail against them, but adjusted his sails, knowing that nature's path, though mysterious, always led true. You, like Kai, stand at the helm of your own vessel of manifestation. The universe flows with currents far vaster than mortal minds can comprehend. These invisible tides carry your desires toward their fulfillment through channels you cannot always see or understand. When you ask the universe for something, you initiate a sequence of events that unfolds according to divine wisdom. Your role is not to control every aspect of the journey, but to maintain unwavering trust in the process. Just as a sailor cannot command the wind, but can adjust his sails to work with it, you align yourself with universal forces through surrender and acceptance. Many believe that control brings certainty, yet true power lies in release. The universe operates through infinite possibilities, orchestrating circumstances beyond your current vision. Your limited perspective may see only one path to your desire, while the cosmic order knows countless routes to your destination. In a small village lived a gardener named Maya, who tended the most beautiful flowers in the region. Unlike others who anxiously dug up their seeds to check their progress, Maya planted with care and walked away, trusting nature's wisdom. Through rain and drought, she maintained her faith, knowing that each season brought its own gifts. When others' gardens failed, Maya's flourished, not because she controlled every moment, but because she understood the power of patient trust. Maya's garden teaches that your desires bloom according to natural law. Just as flowers cannot be forced to open before their time, your manifestations unfold in perfect rhythm with universal timing. Your trust in this process creates the very space needed for miracles to emerge. Now bring to mind something you deeply desire but have been gripping tightly. Perhaps you've been trying to force its arrival or control its path. Take a deep breath and feel the weight of this control in your body. As you exhale, imagine releasing this weight into the care of the universe. Write down your desire on a piece of paper, then close your eyes and say, "I trust the universe to bring this to me in the perfect way and at the perfect time." Feel the lightness that comes with surrender, knowing that universal wisdom far exceeds your own plans. Practice this release daily, remembering that your trust activates forces beyond your understanding. Like Kai riding the ocean's currents or Maya tending her garden, allow yourself to flow with the natural order rather than against it. The universe knows the shortest path to your desire, even when that path appears to wind and turn. Chapter 17. Becoming one with your desire. In the hidden valleys of the eternal mountains, a wanderer named Shen sought the secret of manifestation. His journey led him to an ancient elder who dwelt in a humble cave adorned with crystals that caught the morning light. The elder observed Shen's desperate searching and smiled knowingly. "You seek what you believe lies outside yourself," the elder said. "Yet the power of attraction lies in becoming what you seek." The elder guided Shen to a crystal-clear pool. "See your reflection," he instructed. "Now close your eyes and see yourself as you wish to be. Feel it in every fiber of your being." Through this teaching, Shen learned that desire alone was not enough. He had to embody the very essence of what he sought. You possess this same transformative power within. The universe responds not merely to what you ask for, but to what you become. When your thoughts, emotions, and actions align perfectly with your desires, you create an irresistible force of attraction. Think of your desire as a frequency, a vibration that you must match. Just as a tuning fork resonates with its exact tone, you must vibrate in harmony with what you seek. This requires more than mere wanting. It demands that you live as though your desire already exists within you. Your thoughts must reflect your desire, your emotions must resonate with its reality, and your actions must spring from this aligned state of being. This threefold harmony creates a powerful magnetic field that draws your desires into physical manifestation. In the ancient city of golden spires lived a young dancer named Arya. From childhood, she dreamed of becoming the most graceful dancer in the land. Rather than merely practicing steps, Arya began to embody the very essence of grace itself. She moved through her daily life as though dance flowed through her veins. She ate with the elegance of a performer, walked with the lightness of a butterfly, and even swept her floors with the fluid motion of a sacred dance. As months passed, people began to notice something different about Arya. Her very presence seemed to emanate the beauty she sought to express. Soon, her reputation spread throughout the land, and she became known not just as a skilled dancer, but as one who had become the living embodiment of dance itself. This tale reveals a fundamental truth. Arya succeeded not because she wished for grace and beauty, but because she became grace and beauty incarnate. Her outer reality simply grew to match what she had already become within. Close your eyes now and bring your deepest desire into your awareness. Rather than seeing it as something separate from you, allow yourself to merge with its essence. Feel how you would move through the world if this desire were already fulfilled. Let your breath, your posture, your energy shift to match this reality. Imagine waking each morning already being the person who has received this blessing. Feel the gratitude, confidence, and joy that naturally arise from this state of fulfillment. Let every cell of your body vibrate with the truth of your desire's completion. Chapter 18: The Art of Receiving. In the fertile valley of ancient wisdom, there lived a farmer named Wei, who understood the deepest mysteries of abundance. Each spring, after carefully preparing his fields and sowing his seeds, Wei would sit in quiet meditation beneath an old oak tree. With open palms turned skyward, he would whisper to the universe, "I have done my part. Now I open my heart to receive your bounty." The land responded to Wei's receptive spirit. His crops flourished beyond measure, while neighboring fields yielded only modest harvests. Those who watched him noticed that Wei worked no harder than others. His secret lay in his ability to receive. You must understand that the universe operates in perfect balance. Asking represents only half of the sacred equation. Receiving completes the circle of manifestation. Many souls master the art of asking, yet remain poor in spirit because they have not learned to receive. Think of your consciousness as a vessel. You may ask with perfect clarity and unwavering faith, but if your vessel remains closed or cluttered with doubt, there is no space for blessings to enter. The universe's abundance flows like water. It requires an open channel through which to pour its gifts. To receive fully, you must create space in your life, both physically and spiritually. Release old patterns, clear stagnant energy, and maintain an attitude of expectant readiness. When you truly open yourself to receive, the universe delights in filling your empty spaces with precisely what you have asked for. In a distant mountain monastery, a young seeker named Kai spent years perfecting his prayers and requests to the divine. Yet despite his devoted asking, his desires remained unfulfilled. One day, an old monk observed Kai's frustrated meditation, his hands tightly clenched in prayer. "Open your hands," the monk instructed gently. "But if I open them, I might lose my connection to my desires," Kai protested. The monk smiled. "How can you catch the falling rain with closed fists?" In that moment, Kai understood. He had been so focused on holding tight to his wishes that he had left no space to receive. As he slowly unclenched his fingers, he felt a profound shift, not just in his hands, but in his heart. Within days, the very blessings he had long sought began flowing into his life, effortlessly. This wisdom speaks directly to your journey. Like Kai, you must learn to balance your asking with an equal capacity to receive. When you maintain this delicate equilibrium, manifestation becomes as natural as breathing. Find a quiet space where you can be undisturbed. Sit comfortably and extend your hands, palms facing upward. Take 3 deep breaths, and with each exhale, release any tension or resistance you hold about receiving your desires. Visualize your desire as pure light hovering above your open palms. Rather than grasping for it, simply create space for it to descend naturally into your hands. Feel yourself becoming a clear channel through which the universe's blessings can flow freely. Spend several minutes in this receptive state, allowing yourself to experience the sensation of being truly open to receive. Complete this practice by saying, "I now open myself fully to receive all that the universe offers. I am ready, willing, and worthy to accept these blessings." Chapter 19, Signs from the Universe. Long ago, a young sailor named Tao ventured across vast waters in search of distant shores. Though skilled in navigation, he found himself lost in unfamiliar seas where his maps held no meaning. As storm clouds gathered and winds howled, fear gripped his heart until he remembered the wisdom of his ancient teacher. The universe speaks through nature's voice. In his darkest hour, Tao ceased fighting against the elements and instead began observing them with reverence. He noticed how seabirds flew in particular patterns before the weather changed. He watched how certain stars pulsed more brightly on nights when the currents ran strong. Through patient observation, he learned to read these natural signs, and they guided him safely to harbor. When you ask the universe for guidance, answers appear in countless forms. Each moment contains messages meant specifically for you, in the flight of birds, in chance encounters, in recurring numbers or symbols that catch your attention. These signs serve as the universe's way of acknowledging your asks and illuminating your path. The language of synchronicity speaks through coincidences that feel meaningful. When you notice patterns repeating or experience moments that seem too perfect to be random, you glimpse the universe's response to your inner questions. These signs confirm you walk in harmony with your highest good. Learn to distinguish between the mind's anxious searching and the quiet certainty of true guidance. Authentic signs bring a sense of peaceful knowing, even if their meaning isn't immediately clear. They appear naturally without forcing or overthinking. In the mountains of the East lived a traveler named Ming, who sought a legendary healing spring. Though many had searched for it, none had succeeded in finding its location. Ming began his journey with only faith and an open heart. As he walked, he noticed unusual patterns, butterflies that seemed to dance in a certain direction, stones arranged in curious ways, and dreams that felt significant. Rather than dismiss these occurrences, Ming paid attention. Each sign led to another, creating a trail of breadcrumbs that eventually guided him to the spring he sought. The universe's guidance system operates continuously in your life, just as it did for Ming. These signs serve as confirmation that your asks have been heard, and that forces beyond your understanding work to bring your desires into being. When you attune yourself to this divine guidance, you discover that every moment holds potential messages meant to direct your path. Now, to strengthen your connection with this universal guidance system, choose a desire close to your heart and ask the universe for a specific sign relating to it. This sign could be seeing a particular animal, hearing a specific phrase, or encountering an unusual color 3 times in one day. Make your request clear, but allow the sign to appear naturally without forcing or manipulating circumstances. For the next 3 days, maintain gentle awareness of your surroundings, noting any instances of your requested sign. Record these occurrences in a journal, including how they made you feel and any insights they sparked. Chapter 20, Resilience in the Face of Doubt. In a kingdom long forgotten by time, a young knight named Aldrich sought to prove his worth by undertaking the trial of 7 stones. Each stone represented a virtue he needed to master, yet as he approached the first challenge, his armor felt heavy and his spirit wavered. You possess within you the same strength that guided ancient warriors through their darkest trials. The path of asking requires more than merely speaking your desires into the void. It demands unwavering persistence through storms of doubt and valleys of uncertainty. When you align your spirit with a pure intention, the universe responds not by removing obstacles, but by strengthening your capacity to overcome them. Each challenge serves as a crucible, transforming your asking into an unshakable force. Like a sword forged in fire, your spirit grows stronger through resistance. Doubt may arise, testing the authenticity of your ask. Welcome these moments, for they reveal the depth of your commitment. When circumstances seem to oppose your path, remember that opposition often precedes breakthrough. These are not barriers but gateways to deeper alignment with your truth. Your ability to maintain focus on your desire, even when the path grows dim, determines the power of your manifestation. As you face resistance, your asking gains clarity and purpose, becoming more refined with each step forward. High in the sacred peaks lived a mountain dweller named Wei, who dreamed of reaching the highest summit in the land. Many warned him of the treacherous path, the biting winds, the razor-sharp rocks, the thin air that had turned back countless others. Yet Wei understood that each step, no matter how difficult, brought him closer to his vision. Day after day, he climbed. When storms forced him to retreat, he returned with renewed determination. When his supplies ran low, he learned to find nourishment in unexpected places. Through each setback, his resolve deepened until the mountain itself seemed to recognize his unwavering spirit. Finally, standing upon the peak, Wei realized that the true summit had been his transformation through persistence. Like Wei, your journey requires steadfast dedication. Each obstacle you encounter serves not to deter you, but to strengthen your connection with your deepest desires. The universe tests not to discourage, but to ensure your ask springs from authentic commitment. Now, take your journal and write down your most cherished desire. Beneath it, inscribe one specific action you commit to taking, regardless of any resistance you may encounter. This action should be something tangible that moves you toward your goal, even if the step seems small. Speak this commitment aloud each morning, letting your voice carry the weight of your determination. This practice anchors your asking in unwavering resolve, showing the universe the depth of your dedication. Chapter 21, Amplifying Power Through Community. In a valley blessed by ancient winds, a group of villagers faced a devastating drought. Their individual efforts to coax life from the parched earth had yielded little fruit. As hope dwindled, an elder remembered the forgotten wisdom of their ancestors, the power of unified intention. When you understand the sacred laws that govern creation, you recognize that energy multiplies through connection. Just as drops of water form mighty rivers, individual intentions gather strength when joined with others who share your vision. The universe responds with heightened power to the harmonious vibrations of united hearts. This principle reveals itself in nature. Observe how birds fly in formation, how wolves hunt in packs, how trees share nutrients through underground networks. These are not mere coincidences, but demonstrations of a fundamental truth. Collective energy magnifies manifestation. Your personal asks gain momentum when supported by others who understand and believe in your vision. This amplification occurs through several channels: the encouragement that sustains you through challenges, the shared wisdom that illuminates your path, and the combined spiritual energy that penetrates the very fabric of creation. In the distant mountains there lived a tribe known for their ability to bring forth rain in times of need. Their secret lay not in individual power, but in their practice of gathering beneath the open sky, joining their voices in a single prayer. As their unified intention rose like incense to the heavens, clouds would gather, drawn by the magnetic force of their combined faith. Year after year, their harvest flourished while neighboring regions struggled, until travelers came seeking their wisdom. The tribe's elder revealed that their success stemmed not from any special knowledge, but from their unwavering unity of purpose. "One voice may whisper," she said, "but many voices joined in harmony shake the very foundations of heaven." This truth echoes through the ages. When hearts beat as one, when minds focus on a shared vision, the universe responds with multiplied force. The tribe's story teaches that your personal journey of manifestation grows stronger when woven into a tapestry of shared intention. Find another soul who walks the path of conscious creation. Share your deepest aspirations and commit to supporting each other's journey. Meet regularly, whether in person or across distances, to speak your intentions aloud and celebrate each step forward. As you witness each other's unfolding manifestation, your combined faith will create a powerful field of attraction, drawing your desires closer with increased momentum. Begin by setting aside time each week to connect with your manifestation partner. Share your progress, acknowledge your challenges, and reaffirm your commitment to each other's growth. Let your shared energy become a beacon that signals the universe of your readiness to receive. Chapter 22, Awakening Inner Divinity. In a sacred temple hidden among ancient mountains, a mystic spent years in solitude, seeking the ultimate truth of manifestation. One dawn, as golden light filtered through the temple windows, he experienced a revelation that transformed his understanding. The divine force he had searched for in the external world had resided within him all along, a spark of the eternal flame that ignites all creation. You carry within you this same divine spark, an eternal connection to the infinite source of all manifestation. This truth has been whispered through the ages. You are not separate from the universe, but an expression of its creative power. When you ask, you do so not as a beggar seeking favors, but as a divine being exercising your natural ability to create. Your thoughts, intentions, and desires spring from this sacred wellspring within. By recognizing and embracing your divine nature, you transform the very essence of your asking. No longer do you plead with an external force. Instead, you activate the creative power that is your birthright. In a distant village lived a craftsman who fashioned objects from clay. Though skilled, his work remained lifeless until one transformative evening. During his meditation, he touched the divine spark within himself and recognized that same creative force flowing through his hands. From that moment, his creation seemed to breathe with life, carrying an energy that touched all who beheld them. People traveled from far lands to acquire his works, sensing the divine energy woven into each piece. When asked about his secret, he would smile and say, "I simply remembered who I am, a channel for the same force that shapes the stars." The craftsman's journey mirrors your own potential. As he discovered his inner divinity, his creative power multiplied. His story teaches that when you align with the divine spark within, your asks resonate with the full power of universal creation. Now it's time for the Divine Spark meditation practice. Find a quiet space where you can sit undisturbed. Close your eyes and bring your awareness to the center of your chest. Breathe deeply and imagine a small flame of pure light glowing within. With each breath, this light grows stronger, filling your entire being with divine radiance. Feel yourself as a living extension of universal creative force. Speak these words silently. I am one with the infinite source of all creation. Through me flows the power to manifest my highest good. Maintain this connection for several minutes, allowing the awareness of your divine nature to permeate your consciousness. From this space of recognition, voice your intention, knowing it springs from the same source that creates worlds. Chapter 23, Living as a Manifester. High in the misty peaks where ancient wisdom dwells, there lived a sage whose life flowed like a crystal stream. Each morning, as dawn painted the sky, he would walk through his garden, touching each plant with reverence. Whatever he required, whether food, shelter, or wisdom, appeared naturally in his path, as if the universe anticipated his needs before he voiced them. You hold within you this same capacity for effortless creation. The sage's garden flourished not through constant asking, but through his natural state of being, one with the universe's abundant flow. When you understand the deeper truth of manifestation, you realize it is not a technique to be practiced, but a natural expression of your divine nature. Just as a flower doesn't strain to bloom, or a river doesn't force its flow, your desires can manifest with graceful ease when you align with universal law. In a bustling marketplace of old, there lived a merchant named Ibrahim who discovered this truth. Initially, he struggled, carefully calculating each transaction and worrying about his profits. But one day, while meditating in his shop, he experienced a profound shift in understanding. He realized that abundance wasn't something to chase, but rather a natural state to embody. From that day forward, Ibrahim conducted his business differently. He no longer separated his spiritual practice from his daily work. Each transaction became a sacred exchange, each customer interaction a chance to express gratitude. He stopped worrying about competition or scarcity, instead treating his work as a channel for universal abundance to flow through him. Soon his shop became known not just for its wares, but for the sense of peace and prosperity that pervaded it. Customers remarked that entering his shop felt like stepping into an oasis of abundance. Without conscious effort, His business flourished beyond his previous dreams. Ibrahim's transformation reveals a fundamental truth. When you cease to separate your spiritual practice from your daily life, manifestation becomes as natural as breathing. His story shows that true abundance flows not from occasional asking, but from constant alignment with universal principles. Now bring your focus to the manifestation lifestyle practice. Choose a simple daily activity, perhaps your morning routine or evening walk. Transform this ordinary moment into a sacred ritual of connection with the universe. As you perform this activity, maintain awareness of your oneness with universal abundance. Feel yourself as a channel through which blessings naturally flow. Begin each day by touching something in your environment, perhaps a cherished memento or even the simplest household object, with the same deep reverence the sage showed his garden. Let this sacred gesture remind you that every moment, no matter how mundane it may appear, holds within it the infinite potential for manifestation. Your life itself is a continuous prayer of creation, an unfolding symphony of divine expression through which the universe channels its abundance. Through this practice, you transform the ordinary into the extraordinary, infusing each action with the power to shape your reality. Chapter 24, Embarking on an Infinite Path of Asking. In the highest reaches of the sacred mountains where clouds dance with ancient peaks, there lived a sage named Akira who understood that wisdom, like the flowing river, never remains still. Each dawn, as he ascended higher into the misty heights, he discovered new vistas that called him forward, teaching him that mastery is an endless path of growth. You, too, stand at the threshold of infinite expansion. The journey of asking does not end with the fulfillment of desires, but flows eternally like a spring of pure water from the mountain's heart. Through countless seasons, Akira had manifested abundance in all forms: healing, wisdom, material comfort. Yet with each achievement, his heart whispered of greater horizons. He recognized that each fulfilled ask was not an endpoint, but a doorway to deeper understanding. The true essence of mastery lies not in perfecting a single method of asking, but in allowing your practice to evolve as naturally as leaves turning with the seasons. Each desire you manifest carries within it seeds of new growth, inviting you to expand your vision of what's possible. In a distant valley, there lived an elder named Maya, who had spent decades refining her connection with universal forces. Her home overflowed with manifestations of past asks, scrolls of wisdom, healing herbs, gifts from grateful students. One evening, as she sat among these treasures, watching the setting sun paint the sky in gold, she experienced a profound revelation. All her achievements, she realized, were but first steps on an infinite path. Each fulfilled ask had taught her new ways of communing with the universe, revealing deeper layers of possibilities she hadn't imagined before. What she had once considered mastery now appeared as merely the beginning of a greater journey. Maya's story mirrors an eternal truth. The art of asking continues to unfold throughout your entire existence. Like a spiral ascending ever upward, each cycle brings you to new levels of understanding while revealing vast, unexplored territories ahead. Take a moment now to connect with your highest vision, not just for this moment or year, but for your entire journey of growth and transformation. In the sacred space of contemplation, allow yourself to reach beyond the boundaries of what you currently believe possible. In your journal, write down one expansive ask that will grow with you through time, one that encompasses the vastness of your potential. This isn't a final destination, but a direction for your evolution, a compass point guiding you toward ever greater expressions of your divine nature. Feel how this ask resonates with your soul's deepest calling, knowing it will unfold and deepen as you walk your path of perpetual growth. Let the words flow naturally, understanding that this vision may shift and expand as you do, for it is not meant to confine but to inspire your eternal becoming. Conclusion. Through the mists of time, ancient wisdom keepers passed down their understanding that great power brings great responsibility. As you close these pages, a deeper truth emerges. The art of asking is not merely a tool for personal gain, but a sacred trust bestowed by the universe. You have walked through the gates of transformation, discovering the eternal laws that govern manifestation. Yet this knowledge carries with it a divine obligation. Like the master gardener, who tends not only to their own plot but shares seeds and wisdom with others, you now hold the capacity to nurture abundance beyond yourself. The power to ask and receive flows through you like a crystal stream, pure and potent. This gift asks something in return, that you wield it with wisdom, compassion, and reverence for the interconnected web of life. When you manifest with awareness of the whole, your asks become bridges between individual desire and collective harmony. Consider how your manifestations might lift others as they rise. A successful business that provides meaningful work, a healing practice that touches countless lives, or simply the radiant example of one who walks in alignment with universal truth. These are the hallmarks of a conscious manifester. Your journey has revealed that true mastery lies not in accumulation, but in circulation. As you step into your role as a keeper of this sacred knowledge, remember that every fulfilled ask creates ripples through the fabric of existence. Your abundance has the power to inspire. Your achievements can light the way for others who seek their own path to manifestation. Let your asks be guided by the highest good, knowing that when you align personal desires with universal harmony, you become a channel for divine grace. Your manifestations then serve as beacons, showing others what is possible when one learns to ask with pure intention and open heart. This wisdom now flows through your being, not as mere information, but as living truth. You stand as both student and teacher of these eternal principles, knowing that each manifested desire can contribute to the greater tapestry of life. Use this power wisely, remembering that you are a steward of sacred knowledge passed down through ages. The true measure of mastery is not in what you gain, but in how your manifestations serve the unfolding of divine purpose. As you continue to ask and receive, let your heart be guided by this deeper calling, to be a force for good, a channel for abundance, and an inspiration to all who cross your path. If you enjoyed this exclusive audiobook, I handpicked this next book which will change your life.